Hey guys, welcome back. We got a bit of an update. We did some work on the car, so figured I'll give you guys a little update on what's going on. We got some parts, so we can start with the parts that we got. So we got the center section. This is obviously the piece that bolts into the diff. That's over there. Ultra case, Strange Ultra. Kind of has the bigger piece here. You guys probably used to more the Strange 9-inch, which is the HD. This one is the Ultra. So you got a bigger collar here, a bigger bearing, and it's a 40 spline. You can see how big that spline, the axle is. Lightened spool, Strange spool, ARP bolts. Yeah, it's a stout piece. You can see how they did the mark here. They have to kind of set it up. Yeah, so this is a 457, I believe, gear. It's a gear like that to offset the bigger wheels that I'm getting. We got the axles. These are the lightened Hy-Tuff Strange 40 spline. So as you can see here, 5/8 stud with a washer. You have this little spacer that kind of bolts further in. So when you mount the wheel, the wheel doesn't kind of rub on those splines. You have that little spacer there, and then you put this over, and it goes like that. Yeah, so the axle goes into the end of the case, and then this bracket here for the brakes is kind of what keeps the bearing in place like that, prevents it from coming out. Yeah, these are the studs, massive Strange studs. So those are the axles.
Got an upgrade here for you as well, man.
Got another upgrade?
Got another upgrade, man. We're gonna replace these with these now.
No way. Oh, bigger bars?
Bigger bars.
Yeah, so those are the upper and lower?
Yeah.
Wow.
The one with this big set.
Mr. Ronnie here.
Yeah.
He's the guy responsible of the build, mastermind behind the shop. That's his brother Kurwen. So these two guys run the shop here. So these are the lower and upper control arms. He's just telling me that he's going to upgrade them to a bigger size. Oh my god, those things are massive. You're not bending that. I brought the transcooler. We got to figure out how to mount it in the back. But since the last video, we spent about a week, over a week, removing all the interior panels. As you can see, there's not much left inside. I removed all the panels in there. We removed about 110 pounds of layers of metal from here. I cleaned all the spot welds. We're gonna have to paint this black. He's working on the drive shaft enclosure there. So the drive shaft enclosure will be all the way here from the trans all the way back. And the shifter will be on a pole here right in the middle. We got the upper frame rails done. We got the midplate, ATI midplate, and we sent it to Too Precise, local guy here that does all the machining, and they kind of removed material from where we don't need the strength. So like if you see here, it's a little lighter over here, it's thinner. So we took about half the weight out of it. You can see there. So now this, all it does is it bolts, probably a bolt here, a bolt there, and two on the side. That's kind of what holds the motor in place. And while we're here, I can show you, that's kind of where the cage is going to be mounted to the front frame. And there's also going to be this end here will probably connect to somewhere there. But that's probably gonna how the firewall is gonna look. I think we're gonna clean this up and make it kind of straight instead of curved like that. But the firewall, like this area, is gonna remain all the same for now, and they'll probably be upgraded later next year. I sanded down the cage. This is pretty much ready for paint. As you can see, is all sanded down. We're probably gonna weld a few more tabs here. We gotta do the anti-roll bar and the shock tabs there, and then it'll go for paint. But to give you an idea how light this is, like I can lift it with literally one hand. That's how light this thing is. I couldn't lift this thing. I couldn't budge it before when it was still with the floors and everything. So big difference. We got about 250 pounds lighter from just removing stuff, right? And then you got the subframe, that's a lot lighter, but yeah. So it's coming together. I'll give you a little view of here. Gussets everywhere. Beautiful welds. So looking good. So next step would be assembling all the parts, assembling all the 4-link stuff, welding the shocks. I ordered the shocks. The shocks will be here probably in 2 weeks from PRS, Precision Racing Suspension. I got Penske triple adjustable 8760s, so I'm pretty excited for that. I'll show you guys that in the next video. So stay tuned, subscribe, follow us if you want to follow this build, and thanks for watching. Take care.